Damn, this table.
I know.
It's kind of awkward.
Nah, come on. I'll go very soft for you first time. Yeah.
I don't like it hard.
Nah, you gotta take it soft first. Make sure you can handle it. Then you go right.
All right, I'm done.
And we're just getting started. We're just getting started. Yeah. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm the hardest working man in comics, Victor Dandridge.
And I am not Ryan Seymour.
Not at all. Instead, Ryan's not here today, but the producer, the man behind the magic, Jeremy, is here to take over. What up, yo?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Still getting used to being
Yeah. On this
here.
side?
Yeah,
on this side?
I'm usually over there.
Yeah. He's usually, handling the machinery. Now you gotta read some books.
I
Talk
did.
about it.
And we'll see how that goes.
All right.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, so on the honorable mention side, we only got one that's the same.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna lie, I need to see about this Double Trouble thing. Like, one, the art is amazing. It looks super fun.
So Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah.
Double Trouble. Number 4. Let's see who's on this one. Mariko Tamaki. Gurahiru. It's a very cutesy style. A lot of fun. Try not to be too spoilers,
right.
But it's a very young take on some adventures that Spider-Man and Venom would have as roommates. And it involves a theme we're going to see this week in a couple other books, which is them learning to live outside of their bodies. And getting some
well played.
powers.
Well played.
So,
well played.
This one,
I
very
feel like
slapsticky and a little funny, but
this
I
might
think
be one of the
there's
most
some interesting
dangerous incarnations of Venom.
it is.
Ever.
Venom as a cuter, softer, cuddly version of the symbiote is, but no, it's
Out of
definitely
opinion.
it's definitely geared more for younger viewers, or younger readers.
No, that's awesome.
It's pretty much kind of self-contained story, but these all seem to be kind of like their little adventures as roommates getting into a lot of trouble in different situations.
I like it.
My kid loves it. So
That's
I
the
was
best
like,
part.
Yeah.
So now you can go back and be like, hey, I read this book too. What do you think would happen if?
And I think especially like she's gonna love the two new,
of course,
characters
like
introduced in this.
I like it. I might have to get on that one for my kiddo too. All right, so I took the After Realm #1, produced by Image Comics. It's Michael Avon Oeming doing most of the work with Takai Soma filling in on, I think, the letters. Oh, colors. Letters by Sean Lee. So I've loved Michael Avon Oeming since Powers, we'll say, at least. So this was one that I was really interested to see, like, in action. It's a thicker book. I mean, it's definitely hefty. $5.99 cover price. We're talking about a new take on Norse-esque mythology. So we've got Ragnarok as a thing. We've got the elven sort of, characters here at play. It's kind of fun. There's a lot in this, though. I think it was kickstarted, which is cool to see. Like, if you, as a vehicle, like if you don't get on with a Kickstarter for creators like Michael to go to a publisher and still produce it en masse for the rest of the world. I'm really curious as to what sort of life that gives or renewal that it gives to a title that was Kickstarted. I'm curious about that.
I'm definitely digging the color scheme.
Oh, it's definitely dope.
Like it's
yeah. You find out like this, sweet young princess of the elf people, who's a bit of a mischief maker, does some things that she really shouldn't, but I mean, she couldn't help it. It's in her. It's not her fault.
It just comes naturally.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's like the Moana of elf people. She's just gonna do her own thing. She's gonna do her own thing. That's what happens.
So again, speaking of people learning to live outside their bodies,
right?
The Immortal Hawk, Great Power, #1. It's a one-shot. that kind of combines the current worlds of Spider-Man and
Okay.
Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk.
Wait.
So
Tom Taylor write this?
That would be it.
Is it
Taylor,
Tom?
Molina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I failed for not reading this.
So one of the ones that I've loved recently is the whole concept of the Immortal Hulk. I love the taking that character to that darker side where it's more of a, it's not the comedic break that we've seen in the movies, but he's definitely more the horror approach of darker. Something. He's what comes out at night, and Bruce has no control over
that's dope.
What happens at that point.
Dope.
So I mean, that's the Immortal Hulk in general.
Okay.
But this is kind of what happens when the world of, it pretty much spells it out on the cover.
Right.
Immortal Hulk and Spider-Man
fuse and become
fused together.
Okay. What is he? Would he be sticky? Is that weird? Like, if the Hulk is sticky, how many buildings get destroyed because he can't quite control the release factor?
You will get your answer in this book.
All right.
So, a lot of other faces kind of show up.
Right.
And
this is a good looking book too.
Add to it.
Okay.
Love the art style.
Yeah. Is it Jorge Molina? You said?
I believe so.
Nice.
I'll double check
Smooth,
to be sure.
Like, reminds me of Olivia Coipel in the art style.
Very much.
Which I'm always a fan of. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the pencils.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's a good looking book.
And the cover.
I might have to play with that one.
But we get another figure within the Marvel Universe again.
Don't want to spoil.
Free.
It's all right.
Causes this to happen.
Oh.
And as a result, some other characters
get involved
to try to rectify the situation.
Okay. All right.
But over the course of that happening, there's some growth between two characters' relationships.
Oh.
Which I almost wonder if this is maybe laying the groundwork for something that could be happening in the two respective series going forward.
Really?
So,
speculations
kind of hints at the events of this could be playing out.
Okay, and
have some ramifications on some other stories that are going on right now.
I can totally get with that. All right, so tackling another number one. I did a Ant-Man number one. Zeb Wells, Dylan Burnett, Mike Spicer. I don't know. I've been in a Ant-Man kind of place lately. It's on Netflix, so I can't help it. Like 1 and 2, I've been watching them. So this one is obviously Scott and his daughter, and them, trying to be heroes. Scott needing to be a hero for hire because he had no money.
Got paid in bills.
He got paid in bills, man. It's hard. It's hard out here to be a superhero, especially one that talks to ants. Although we do find out like an interesting application to this. Like it's not just about talking to ants, which is pretty dope. It's like he can talk to that too, which I was like, oh, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. It could be a thing.
I think there are some various jobs that could open up.
Man, 100%, 100%.
As a
exactly
insect contractor.
Oh, yeah, like a insect whisperer, if you will.
I think there's lots of things you could do.
My thing is like, all right, so when you open up that door that Scott can talk to more than just ants, does he become a exterminator by convincing?
Like a negotiator,
right? Like he goes in and is like, hey,
and he comes back out. He's like, all right, look, they'll leave,
but you got to do
this
leave
is what we're gonna need.
6 sugar cubes on the south side of the house, and you'll never see them in the kitchen again.
Or their family have been here for generations.
Right?
Work out a deal.
Like you guys are technically
only come out at night. We'll be okay with it.
You guys are technically the invaders here. Yeah, they've been here. I think that's an interesting take. Like I would love to see that. I would watch that show. Like Disney Plus needs to do that.
Like there should be some more conversation.
Heck yeah!
Like a Dirty Jobs type thing.
Yes! And
where he
goes
into different situations.
You find out like roaches really are like some of the most humane of bugs. And we just like, oh, they're so nasty. And you're like, it really hurts us when you say that about us. Like, it's not our fault we hiss, okay? It's not our, like, I want to go there, Scott Lange, bug doctor, and just see what happens. Like, I think I would write that. All right, so this is one that we did together.
It is.
AfterShock, the man who effed up time. John Layman, Carl Mostert. Fun read. Interesting read.
Yeah, definitely a different, I love different takes on a classic story.
Very
And
much so.
I mean, this is very much a story we've read a million times. If
Right.
somebody goes back in time, obviously, and messes things
Things
up. I
happen.
mean, it's right there in the title.
Right?
But this seems to mess things up on a level that I never considered.
You know what? I have to admit it's definitely a thing. John, the work that I'm most familiar with him from is Chew. So I expected like some crazy shenanigans to kind of come out, and definitely brought some shenanigans, which are good. But Ryan, before he left for the day, he was like, here's my critique. And I thought it was a very interesting one, and I can't say that he's wrong. He's like, when you call the book The Man Who Effed Up Time, you really got to showcase that some things are like totally bonkers, especially in a world where chrononauts exist. You have to like really like monkey with some stuff. So I don't think that he felt like this first issue gave him enough of the craziness. I'm curious as to where it goes and whether or not that will do it.
I think it gave a good hint of craziness.
Right.
Like we see the glimpse, but I feel like it's a far leap. They've got a lot of filling in for how it got to that
Exactly. I think that's the thing is like with Chrononauts, it was this crazy wild ride, but it all kind of made sense. This one is so like wide and vast. I don't even know how we got here. So you're going to have to explain how we got here. However, I'm not going to lie. Like my favorite part, if there was any threat to level against anybody, that is,
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
well, all right, but wouldn't that have ramifications? Oh, y'all don't care. Okay, all right, cool. I see.
You know, they're like, we'll deal with that.
Right.
I mean, it's like a scorched earth type response.
You
like,
talk about when we say no,
we'll figure it out. We don't care what happens, but we'll figure it out.
If you can't, we will. Like that's just 100% what that is. I mean, hardcore. So that was a fun ending, and I'm definitely on board for issue 2 for that page alone.
Yeah.
Yes. When it comes to this, like time travel stuff, what's your favorite time travel series? Do you have one? I mean, it can be literally anything. Like you can, I'll even include like Avengers Endgame.
I think that was one of the most well done, personally.
Okay. All right.
Like I feel like there's so many variations, but I love the way they did it in Endgame.
Okay. I respect that.
Because they put a lot of care on the let's not affect anything.
Right. To justify the logic of it all.
The logic, and then
you.
the attempt to reconcile it there at the end.
Right.
Which, you know, we get to see really how much reconciliation was done.
Indeed. Disney Plus better bring us some stuff. I'm with that.
And I was always a Quantum Leap fan growing up.
Okay, I respect that. I was Time
a kid.
Cop.
It
Time
was
Cop,
fun.
yo.
Really?
Yeah. Dude,
Really?
I mean, come on, man. Jean-Claude Van Damme doing splits in the kitchen?
Really?
That's the future I want to live in. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's Sloane from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, his wife in that one. I've left her since then. It also helps that.
This is the third time I've wanted to walk off.
No, you're not allowed to walk off. You're trapped here, man. You're stuck behind the table. All right, so going to the acrylic. What do we got?
We're all the same.
All three the same?
All three the same.
All right, so you know what? I'm going to put you on blast. We're going to talk about this one first. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue 3 of 5, Boom Studios, IDW. The reason why I'm putting him on blast, he ain't want to read this.
All right.
He ain't want to.
Confession up front.
What you got?
I was not a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kid. Like,
Listen.
all my friends love Power Rangers. I didn't get it.
What you mean you didn't get? Okay,
I just
hold
didn't
on.
get it. Like, I looked
Voltron?
at it.
You didn't like Voltron?
Love Voltron.
It's like the second cousin.
Well,
It's the second cousin. Technically, this comes first because
it's
the
the second
footage.
cousin you don't want to hang out with.
Oh,
at
that's
the
messed
family
up, man.
reunion.
Come on, man. Come on.
Like it's the second cousin you laugh at with your first cousins.
I can't argue that one. That's how I felt initially. It is how I felt initially. Until the Green Ranger showed up, and then everything changed. I was like, who is this dude with the dragon thing? Amazing. All right. So, being that this is your first take in to this whole world, what surprised you the most?
They did what I love they do when they do these crossovers is there's an apparent respect for both.
I agree.
For both entities going in. And
I think no one has top billing.
No,
Right.
and I think they try very hard to give respect to the two.
Right.
While at the same time crossing them over just enough.
Just enough to have fun. Like, okay, be honest. Like, if there were toys made out of the thing that they're hinting to,
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, I went from immediately walking in, seeing your read pile, go, I ain't reading this.
He did.
And then I was like, all right, let me look at this.
Right.
And then I went over and got the back
Got
issues.
the other ones. Okay.
So-
Y'all see what I'm doing for you? Boom. IDW. Who's your guy? I got you.
Even
I got
not
you.
being a Power Rangers guy,
This was really well done.
I
Actually,
like
hold
how
on.
it's done with.
Let's give some shout outs here because we gotta talk about who did this. So Ryan Perrott or Perot, we've got Simone DeMaio and Walter Baiamonte, Ed Dukeshire. You guys have killed it. Like you've made this an enjoyable thing. Like I feel like this series should come with a bowl of cereal and should only be read on
So
Saturday
it's
mornings.
a 5-issue? Five
issues.
issues?
Five. Yeah.
So this is the halfway point.
Yeah, we're in the
and
middle.
They've definitely just hit a peak. Like, if
Peak
this is
of
a roller coaster
interest.
ride.
You're on that
we
top
are on
hill,
that top looking
and you're
down,
ready.
and I'm like, can we please go down?
Let's
Because
just. How
the way
fast
this
are we going?
ends was like, all right.
You want to get that next book? Like, you really want that
Absolutely.
next book next week?
I'll admit it. I was sold on page 2 when I saw. As soon as I saw this,
Oh,
as soon as I realized, I
Yeah.
guess it's page 1
Yeah,
technically,
yeah,
but as soon as
yeah.
I put it together, not having read the other 2, what was going on, I was like, oh, all right.
Who put you onto it? This guy.
Ryan was talking about
No,
it,
don't
like-
you dare give that to him. That was all me. All me. But it was amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
absolutely.
Which one do you want to do next?
I'll leave it up to you. I think there's more discussion to be had here.
Okay. Then
So let's go ahead and
Money Shot
Take the
number
money
4. Tim Seeley and Sarah Beatty. We've got Rebecca Isaacs on the art. Kurt Russell, my man. And Crank doing the letters. Okay, so this one kind of reads as the end of the first arc. And it's still, like, it's the end of the arc, but it's carrying over the series.
yeah.
I don't know the numbers on how well this is selling, but this is one of my favorite books. Hands down, like I will go out of my way to make sure that I read Money Shot. It's dirty and funny and great and amazing.
And I love that it doesn't. I can't say it's not in your face about things,
Right.
But it's not just explicit for the sake of being
Right.
explicit.
It's not gratuitous.
It's done with a very smart
Right.
cast to it.
It's
like there are
thoughtful.
jokes in there that are just like, wow.
The sock. I mean, you even commented on the sock. Like, really? The sock. I mean, look, and what makes it so bad is us fellas, we see the sock, we're like, oh, we know where it is
I knew
going.
exactly what that was as soon as you saw
We knew
it.
where it is going.
I mean, there wasn't even any indication as to where it was going, and it was like,
But you knew
oh,
where
I
it
already
was going.
know what's going
You knew
on
what's
here.
about to happen. This is what it is.
And we see what may be the single greatest weapon
Ever.
in comic book history. I mean, like you have your lists, and people put, cap shield,
Right? Lightsabers.
Monier, lightsabers.
Nah.
If this is not cosplayed, I'm gonna be very, very
I
disappointed.
bet not nary cosplay. You getting kicked out of the show. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You getting kicked
All
out
right,
of the show.
would you buy that action figure?
Oh, I'd absolutely buy the action figure though. But listen. Only if the action figure was made right. So it's got to have like the sticky thing, like the hand that you get from the vending machine.
Also, like sticks and things. When you
Yes,
throw it out.
but or it'll like stretch and spin when you flip it around. Like yeah. I'm buying that. Matter of fact, that's my college version of the sock on the door. When you see that one out, you know what time it is. That's what.
When they out there swinging.
Like I took that and you just took a step farther. Like, oh, my mama's gonna see this. It's terrible. All right. Last but certainly not least, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Fantastic Four. It's not verses though.
No, it's not, which
not
I think is
versus.
very important
Yes, it
to
is.
acknowledge.
Not a versus title. It is simply a reconciliation of sorts. This is written by Hickman. No, Chip Zdarsky. I don't even know why. I'm trying to give Hickman all kinds of work. Chip Zdarsky, Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson on inks. Assistant inks, Dexter Vines, Carl Story. Shout out to Dexter Vines. Dexter, I gotta give a second for this one. Was recently diagnosed with blood cancer, so he's got I think a GoFundMe out there. If you guys get an opportunity, I mean, he's one of the best inkers in the biz. Support this man. Like, one of the few black creators that I know actively working for mainstream, comics and stuff like that, and has been for a long time. So definitely give him some support. Much love and quick healing to you, my man. He's a nice guy too. Like, met him a couple times, and he's awesome. Like, love Dex and love his work. So help him out. First of all, this cover is like my favorite.
I love, like, I've tried to get all of those from the past couple months, because pretty much with every new Marvel title, there's been one variant cover that's been that style.
And Chris's work,
I love them.
Like, I don't know if you watch on PBS, Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
Peep that, because it's based off of the series that him and Brad Meltzer did.
Okay.
With that, I am this person. It's amazing. So seeing this, like, if I took this home, like, my daughter would instantly check this in and be like, oh my God, it's Xavier Riddle. I'm like, no, it's my book. She's like, no, Dad. All right, so here's the setup. As everyone knows, if you're an old head of Fantastic Four, Reed and Sue's son is a mutant. Franklin Richards has been a mutant since, like, the 80s. He appears in Days of Future Past. Like, we've known he's super
they even throw it back in here.
Right. Like classic. With the whole Jonathan Hickman run on the X-Men, Krakoa is now like a safe haven for mutants. And out of all the Omega level mutants from Earth, the only one who has never stepped foot on Krakoa is Franklin
Richards. Yep.
So it's a very interesting sort of thing where this kid who is the heir of the Fantastic Four and potentially one of the most powerful mutants on Earth, who has the right claim to this young man?
Well, I think it goes beyond that.
Right.
I don't think it's spoiling anything to give his dilemma.
Oh, of course not.
Of what it is.
Because that's been going on in the Fantastic Four series.
So, Franklin's losing his powers.
Right.
And the question is, is there hope for him on Krakoa?
Right. Because his dad is struggling with finding a solution.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things that Chip plays around with here that I was like, ooh, that's emotional. I don't know if I would say that, but I mean, he's not wrong, but it's emotional. But yeah, like he's got this potential opportunity to save his power.
But does he though? See,
I don't
and that's
know.
the thing
Like,
you gotta wonder, is that just
being
used to lure him there?
Exactly. I'm curious, like, in terms of not having access. So we know that on Krakoa, they've got like a whole gene listing of mutants. Is he one of them yet? Do they have him on Krakoa yet? And if so, is that a violation of anything? Like, for them to have stock of Franklin without him ever having been there or knowing about it.
But without giving too much away, other people have crossed similar
you're
lines.
You're right.
And, we see the other side crossing similar lines without him knowing.
I mean,
so I think now I feel do we have a new Marvel power couple?
So, okay, it's funny that you say that. So I'm trying to think back into Days of Future Past. I know that he's in it. We've got Rachel Summers is in it. Kitty is in it. Logan is in it. I'm trying to remember who he's paired with. Is he paired with Kitty or is he paired with Rachel? I can't remember either because I'm old and I get tired. But I'm going to go look that up when I get home because I can't remember which one he's paired with. But if it is Kitty, that's an interesting one because it's got to be Rachel. I don't think anyone dared pair him with Kitty when Kitty was supposed to be with Colossus for forever. I don't know. And it's kind of in this situation, it's very much a Anakin Padme kind of.
It is. It really is. There's that older, younger.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I mean, granted, she's the young one of the X-Men, but you a grown woman. Like, you a grown woman here. I don't know if I'm just saying. That's a lot. There's things that she need not teach that boy.
But I think, but we're talking about a guy who creates universes.
I mean, he might teach her something. You absolutely right, baby. I can't even pretend on that one. You right. If he got the stretchy ability of his dad, and we already seen that in another. Obviously, that ain't everything, because Namor would have no chance if that was the case. That's all I'm saying. Size ain't everything. You got to know what you're doing. And that's right. Scott just walked right into that one. He feels totally blasted. I love you, though. I'm talking about the Fantastic Four. That's all. Yeah.
You said walked right into it and felt totally blasted.
It writes itself. It writes itself.
Yeah.
I hope y'all heard that. So, if you had to pick, is that your book of the week? The X-Men Fantastic Four?
No, I would say no because it's like we talked about earlier.
Right.
I think they're teetering on. There are so many different directions they can go with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Am I in for issue 2? Yes.
Okay. I'm with you.
But with all those directions, there are some things that some that I think would turn out good, and others
Right.
that I'm like, nah, this ain't what I would follow.
Yeah, I have to admit, like, I feel like this was the starter piece, like a true starter piece, but it wasn't pushed to the levels of where it should be. Like, I feel like because both of these takes are fairly new, the Fantastic Four restart with Dan Slott is fairly new.
The
and
new
Hickman's
X-Men
run-
universe.
Right. They're not really gonna challenge each other like they
Yeah.
could and or should. Because, like, there's one character in there that, while they didn't hold back per se, they definitely held back.
Now, and I said to you as I was reading it, I'm like, I just want to give me an offshoot where
With just that conversation,
two characters,
just them,
they can have that conversation or let them do what they're gonna do because
I listen, and I feel like the presumed bad guy of the two is not walking out. I don't feel like they're walking out of that one. I feel like they're taking an L. The other one, they're definitely like, yeah, no, it's a wrap. You're done. You're done, son. You're done. I mean, and it could just be me. I'll be honest.
and it's not only stems from their power level,
right,
but
the situation.
their the additional power that is provided them by their role
Facts
in the situation.
Facts, because you will learn today. You will learn today. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, definitely fun read. Which one is your book of the week?
And it's mainly because I was totally no expectations. I hate to say it.
No, say it. Say it. Fix your lips. Purse them. Let me hear it.
It's Power Rangers TMNT.
That's right. That's right.
That, they brought out my inner child, made him a little excited. They got him to get Power Rangers finally after all these years.
I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you for taking this
I feel
chance.
like I've grown.
You have, man. Like, you took a leap and it was rewarded. Like, that's the thing. Like, you tried it and it could have been trash, but it wasn't trash because I don't read trash. Not on purpose. Yeah, no. I definitely don't recommend trash. So check out all these books because none of them are trash. Not a single one. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, click that like because we need that kind of validation. Ryan needs to see the like when he comes back. He needs to see it. And if you want this action, this goodness every week, click the subscribe button and the notification bell because we're here every week.
Every Wednesday.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if one of us can't make it, we got subs and
Okay.
everything. We tag in, baby. We ready.
Yep.
We ready. It's a family.
You wake
thing.
up, it's waiting for you there first
Right
thing in the
there.
morning on Wednesday.
That's right. That's right.
Before
So
you even
know.
get your books.
Right.
So
It's
you
telling
can know
what to get.
before you go to the shop
Exactly.
what to get.
Exactly. 100. Love, peace, and chicken grease to y'all.